Tonight, we wrap up our series on the first 100 days of the Donald Trump administration with a look at how the president-elect intends to help people with child care and elder care. Correspondent Alicia Acuna has the story from Reno, Nevada.
Single mom Sarah OGrady of Nevada can't afford traditional daycare for her 2 children.
I'm what we call the working poor, I guess you could say.
She relies on a patchwork of family and babysitters, a reality that hit her while on the phone with her mother.
I never see my kids. I'm at work constantly, 12-hour days. I'm like, is this really what it takes to have to be able to take care of my kids? And she's like, yep.
He will focus on making quality child care affordable and accessible for all.
President-elect Trump's proposed Affordable Child Care and Elder Care Act would guarantee 6 weeks paid maternity leave for mothers who don't already get paid leave from their employers. It would offer dependent care savings accounts that roll over year to year so people could start setting aside money before they even have children. Those under a certain income ceiling could deduct child care expenses up to a certain amount. Same for stay-at-home parents. For low-income families, the government would provide spending rebates through the Earned Income Tax Credit. To make all this happen, Tax Foundation economist Alan Cole says it would require a lot of money and a rewriting of the tax code.
I could see this proposal running at least $500 billion in 10 years and maybe closer to $1 trillion, depending on what things get included. And they may have to scale that back because they might think that's too much to cost the Treasury.
There are investments in human capital. There are investments in allowing parents to go to work and obtain self-sufficiency.
Marty Elquist works for the Children's Cabinet, a nonprofit in Nevada. The state ranks 47th overall for child well-being, according to researchers at University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
A mom who makes the median income in the state of Nevada with an infant and a preschooler would have to spend 54% of her income just to pay for child care.
While parents we talk to and the experts say they are hopeful for the improvements promised, today the fact remains child care in this state and many others is more expensive than college tuition. The other part of Trump's proposal, addressing the seemingly insurmountable expense of elder care. For example, Colorado is expected to see a 68% increase in the 65-plus population between now and 2030, according to a report prepared by the Keystone Policy Center. He wants dependent care savings accounts for this purpose as well. And Trump proposes a pre-tax deduction limited to $5,000 per year for elder care costs. Until Trump's plan takes shape, it's a bit of a holding pattern for those in the business of care.
Those of us that are in the operational side of the business are a little reluctant to invest too heavily, not knowing what lies ahead.
Nancy Schwam, Chief Business Development Officer of Vivage, which runs senior living communities, says one of her company's biggest issues right now is labor. The average age of a nurse in Colorado is 50, and only 5% of nurses go into long-term care.
When people come to us, this is their home, and so all the services that they need, from doing laundry to cleaning their room, those all require workers, and our biggest cost center is our labor force.
It's not easy being a caregiver.
No.
Karen Brown left her career to become a family caregiver. Her mother saved significantly, but round-the-clock care following a stroke shattered the nest egg. Now, assisted care runs them $85,000 a year.
But I can say if my family situation is any clue, the challenges we had were around 2 issues: money and caregivers.
Brown now makes the issue of elder care her mission, something she feels Americans need to consider earlier in life.
You always hear that phrase, it takes a village to raise a child, to care for, to love, to nurture them through those early years. I actually say it takes a village to care for an aging person in the last chapters of their life.
Over and over, those in child care and elder care say it's expensive and complex because it requires humans. It's not something you can automate. In Denver, Alicia Acuna, Fox News.
And you can watch all 15 parts of the series on our show homepage, foxnews.com/special report.